Hey guys, welcome to the Tuesday stream. Every Tuesday, come out here, show all the cool new books and merch that we got in. You can now catch us on YouTube. We have our old YouTube page up and running again. So all videos that are on here, because we've been having issues with Instagram uploading our longer form content. That will be now YouTube will have our longer form content. So will Facebook. So don't worry. So we can jump right into this week's books. Oh, our YouTube page is Andrew's Amazing Comics. You can it's easy. I will probably have a link somewhere in some socials there. You can find them there. And yeah, let's jump into our actual stream. We have Absolute Batman Annual from DC Comics. Absolute Batman is in. By the way, if you have Absolute Batman in your folder, do not worry. It's on your pull. It's already in your folder. But Absolute Batman Annual is the origin of two things. It's one of his early days out as Batman, which is like almost like a year one story for Batman. Also, it is the origin of that big, massive Batmobile that he has in the series, which is insane. Everything that they want to do for this book is too big and too over the top. It's wild. We were just talking about the Demon Joker mode and Batman literally fights demons. It's just a book about him fighting demons. Anyway, really cool story. He punches Nazis in this book. Wild story. Love it. It's fantastic. It's also a really cool origin story because you get to see the juxtaposition between young Bruce with Thomas and adult Bruce on his first mission really out. Really great annual. It is important to canon, so definitely grab this book if you have Absolute Batman on your pull. Next up is The Beauty from Ignition. If you recognize the title or if you see the image, you're like, I know this book. I said the same thing. The Beauty is actually a book from Image Comics from a long time ago. It's about an STD that makes you beautiful. That's the side effect of the actual STD. That's why they call it The Beauty. This is actually kind of wrapping. This is all new content. It's kind of wrapping up the story of the original run, where something's going on with the Beauty. They talk about there's about a kind of people that are against the idea of spreading this around. We don't know the long-term side effects of what this will do. So there's a group of people that are just against it, there's hardcore extremists against it, and then now we're finding out what happens long-term when you have the Beauty. It's a really cool story. You're following more of the story of the hardcore anti-beauty people in this, but you're seeing some of the side effects of actually conducting the Beauty for a long period of time. It's a really cool, weird science story. But also just a weird story in general, but it's a cool story if you want something different to read because it's about a beautiful STI that exists. Really weird concept. It ran for like if you can go back and collect the original issues in trade from Image. Now it's like Ignition Press, so really cool sequel. If you read the old series, just continue on. If you really want something cool to read, you actually don't need the first series. You can just read this on its own and get going. Really cool, really weird. Definitely grab it. Next up is Thundercats Cheetara Worldbreaker, or just Cheetara Worldbreaker. Cheetara Worldbreaker is a new miniseries set in the past of the Thundercats books, like the original Cheetara series, set on Thundera. This actually explains her whole like sixth sense power and why she's able to hear voices. And now she runs into a new villain that will probably be her like rival for most of it. A really cool story. If you are a fan of Thundercats stuff, this is really cool as an expansion to the universe. I like right now they've given Cheetara 2 series. She is one of the biggest standout characters from the Thundercats series. But what's really cool about this, it is all in lore of Thundercats, Thundercats Lost, Thundercats Apex was another one-shot they did. There's another Thundercats book coming out soon, which you should get. But if you're a fan of Thundercats, this is a must-have. If you're just a fan of Cheetara and haven't been reading the Thundercats book, this is a cool introduction to the Thundercats comic books as a whole. So if you're like, oh, hey, we're on issue 20 and I've never read a Thundercats book and I want to get into them, start off with this. It's great. It's fun. It's set on Thundera, so you need a limited amount of knowledge to understand the Thundercats stuff. It's really cool. And if you're just like a cool action, like sci-fi story, great book to pick up. Next up is Cloak or Dagger from Marvel Comics, part of the Age of Revolution or AOR storyline from X-Men. Really cool. So, if you guys don't know, Age of Revelation, I will be explaining this every week until they stop making them once. Age of Revelation is the current X-Men storyline for the next 3 months. Revelation, formerly Doug Ramsey, has taken over the Marvel Universe. And now we skip 10 years in the future, and the Marvel universe is the entire Marvel universe is a different landscape, and each of these books breaks down in a specific set of characters and how they're dealing with the Doug and how to overthrow Doug and fix the Marvel future. This one is Cloak or Dagger. Cloak and Dagger are characters for a long time. Their status as a mutant has been on and off. Sometimes they're not mutants, sometimes they are mutants. This one, I guess they're making them mutants again, as Tyrone and Tandy both have opposite powers. One's a light manipulator, one's uses Shadow Force. Because 10 years in the future, the X virus has mutated them even further, so they can't occupy the same space at the same time. So they all switch on and off to do stuff. The book itself is about how they are dealing with the Struckers and how to find survivors that have gone missing and kidnapped by the Struckers. Really cool story. It takes another... This is more of the street level stuff of what's happening in the Age of Revolution. I personally liked the idea of Cloak and Dagger for a long time. I wish they would make them just mutants, period, and go forward. But that's Marvel editorial, and they'll let us know whether or not they're mutants. I like the book a lot. I like the story. I like the idea of people that they're married, so they can't even occupy the same space at the same time and be a family, which is cool to see how they deal with it. Also, how they use their powers in tandem now is a lot cooler. I hope this brings a lot of people more into Cloak and Dagger and what they can do and bring them into full mutant status, and we can see them more of them in the future. But for now, if you want a piece of the AOR stuff that's more street level, this is a great book to pick up. Next up is Cult of the Lamb Schism Special from Oni Press. I forgot who did it. Long story short, there's like 4 logos on here, and I read some of this yesterday, and I can't remember who did it. And I'm like, oh, it's Oni Press. This is a sequel to the 4-issue miniseries that came out for Cult of the Lamb. But what's also cool is that this is the start of a new miniseries. Each one will be a one-shot that's tying up the back end of the game. If you guys don't know, Cult of the Lamb is a game where you play a lamb that was like sacrificed to elder gods by mistake, and now he runs his own cult, and you hunt down those like elder gods. Really cool. I love the game. It's cute. It's fun. It's my daughter when we were little. She was like, "Can we play the lamb game?" I'm like, not now. Now she has memory, so we can't play that game no more. Really cool. Like a really cool game when you get to play this like cute little lamb and do bloody awful things. Terrible things. But what's really cool about the book is that they give lore to the game. That expands the lore, fleshes out some of the characters that you see often in the game, and actually give them purpose. Really cool. I like the juxtaposition between it looking cute and being adult. Really great. This is not for kids, so clearly you can tell by the big bloody eye on the screen that like it's not for kids. Really cool book if you're a fan of the game. If you're not a fan of the game, or if you've never heard of the game, these are easy to pick up because they are just cool one-shots about a little lamb fighting elder gods. If you like things like the Cthulhu mythos, if you like things like action-adventure games, really great book. And they also give a cool prologue in front that kind of brings you up to date with the book. So that it's been like a year or two since the book came out. So really great if you want to pick up something different to read. Next up is Dracula from Image Comics. This is actually a reprint. The reason I'm talking about it now is that it's not, one, because Halloween's in like a couple of days, but also this is a reprint of the Universal Monsters miniseries they did, but this is just done in black and white. Really cool. If you just want the black and white version, it's really great. Really cool, spooky. It's a retelling of the Dracula mythos, told through the eyes of his... I don't want to say Wraith. What is he?
Thrall?
Thrall, thank you. His Thrall. And yeah, so it's really cool. Love it. Really cool. If you like Dracula, pick this book up. Great for spooky season. Next, I'm going to butcher the name so bad. From Marvel Comics, we have the Expatriate X-Men. That's not how that is.
Expatriate.
That's not Expatriate.
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool. Anyway, this is Expatriate X-Men. And clearly I've been butchering this name forever. So Expatriate X-Men is part of the AOR universe. Again, this deals with what was exceptional X-Men. My God. If you have exceptional X-Men, why are they naming the X-Men books these weird things? If you have Exceptional X-Men on your pull list, this is in your folder for you, so do not worry. This continues on as a mini. This is going to be a miniseries. The all 3-issue miniseries, as this just deals with Kamala Khan and her team being kind of like a Black Ops team for the counter-revolutionaries, compared to Revolution and things like Revelation and things like the Omega Kids. So really cool. If you want more AOR stuff, great. Like I said, it replaces Exceptional X-Men for the next 3 months, and then we can go forward from there. So really cool, great story. I like how they use the powers here. It does tie to the Timeless one-shot that came out earlier this year. So definitely grab this book. Next up from IDW is Godzilla vs. America, Kansas City. Again, this is part of the Godzilla vs. America miniseries. Each issue is a one-shot focusing on a different city. Inside of it's 3 different stories. They're cool. I like this a lot because you get to see different writers and artists take on different major cities. They did Boston, Los Angeles, Kansas City, Chicago. Really great. They're fun. They're cool. And one of them has because Kansas City is also a barbecue town, they do like a source kaiju that exists. Really funny. If you're a Godzilla fan and just want to see Godzilla destroy major cities, really fun. Really great. Love this series. Definitely check it out. Next up from Marvel Comics, we have Marvel Rivals, King in Black. This is a take on the current season coming up from Marvel Rivals, which is King in Black. There's also a nod to what's going on currently in the Marvel Comics. I won't spill it if you watched our video on Facebook a little while ago. It does have to do with Venom. But King in Black is now the game taking place on Clintar and Null Arrival and Hela being the Queen in Black. This is a condensed version of the story that they're trying to tell in the game. Really cool. If you've been playing Marvel Rivals, it's a great game. Just check it out. These are really cool. You get to see Blade in a different form. You get to see Venom in a different form. I like how they combine 2 different stories, one being King in Black and the other one being the Phoenix 5. We're not going into spoilers because this is a one-shot for a video game that's out. Really cool story. Art is killer. Story is cool. If you like Marvel Rivals and just want to try it, definitely pick this up. If you just want a cool out-of-canon Marvel story with wild versions of your favorite characters, definitely pick this book up. Next up is Return to Sleepy Hollow. This is from IDW. Return to Sleepy Hollow is a so it's a continuation of the Sleepy Hollow book that they put out a while ago, which is their take on the Sleepy Hollow mythos. So if you guys don't know, Sleepy Hollow which is based in New York, which is really funny. Sleepy Hollow itself is a story about Crane as he goes to a town. He is a new school teacher. Is wrapped up in a kind of like love triangle, which eventually leads to maybe his death / disappearance because of something called the Headless Horseman. Irving's story is fantastic. Watch the Disney version. Awesome. The book it changes the ending, and that's where this story continues. The back end, the opening of this book actually tells you like a prologue of everything you need to know about this. But apparently the hauntings and everything that was associated with the Headless Horseman is back after 15 years, and up to Ichabod Crane and Katrina Van Tassel. The names this week are going to destroy me. As they have to figure out the mystery behind these new slayings. There's only one thing I don't like. The only knock I have on the book is that it has like this art design of like the 2 lead ladies look very similar. But outside of that, I like the Sleepy Hollow story. I like that this is a new take on it. I like this continuation of it. And it's done very well. If you like the movie From Hell, it has a very cool gothic vibes. Love that. Love this. It's just in time for Halloween. Grab this book for your Halloween reading list. Next up is Stake Presents Jessany. This is from AMP. Stake has been a vampire anthology series that's been coming out from AMP for a while. This one is just really cool because for myself, I'm a big history nerd, and I love this a lot because what it does is sets vampires up in the old colonial America, dealing with things between slavery and things with the founding fathers. It's really cool. It's set in Charleston first, and then into Louisiana, as they kind of figure out why there's a vampire running an indigo plantation. Really cool, and the mystery resolves from there. What I love about this book a lot, besides the story and its history, is that the art is like white and black plus whatever like small little colors like the indigo or like the eyes are yellow or the blood. Really fantastic story. If you haven't been reading all the Stake stuff, don't worry. This is a cool like vampire miniseries, so you can just read it as a vampire hunts down other vampires. Really great book. Next up is Superman Red and Blue Special 2025. This is from DC Comics. This is a small anthology. They did this a couple years ago. Just like the Black, White, and Red for Marvel, the Red and Blue is just in Red and Blue. So it's just 3 different stories set in the color palette of Red and Blue. As you get cool Superman stories. One is Superman trying to get Kara and Krypto out of jail story, which I love a lot. It's my favorite story. A Lois and Clark story. These are really cool. If you're just a Superman fan and you just want something extra to read that's not DCKO stuff that you're like, oh hey, I just want to break from that. I just want to read some cool Superman story. This is great. Also great for people that want to get into Superman. This is a cool jumping on point. Next up is Supernatural from Dynamite. This is a continuation. This is part of the series. Kind of like what happens between episodes, like missions that happen between missions, things that happen between episodes. Also, kind of canonically around season 1 and the early ones. You guys don't know, Supernatural was a show that ran on CW about 2 brothers that hunted demons and monsters. There's more to the lore, but I don't have enough time in the world to break down the entire 6 seasons, or 7 seasons, whatever how many seasons the show was.
Too many.
It was a lot.
A lot.
You can't. The last 2 were awful, but like everything else before that was great. You can't do the apocalypse hat trick. You know what I mean? You can only stop the devil once. Really cool story. So this is set, if you're a fan of Supernatural, or if you just heard about the show and you're like, oh, I've watched a couple episodes, but I don't want to watch a million episodes, just pick up the book. It's really cool. It sounds and reads just like the show. Also, it's only $3.99, so I don't know. It's cheaper than trying to get on a streaming service. So you might as well pick it up, read it, pick up the miniseries, fit it in some sort of weird headcanon that exists out there, and it's great. Next up is Synthetics from Dark Horse Comics. Synthetics is set on a world where, like most dystopian futures, humanity's at its end, and the Earth has pockets where it's completely devoid of life. And in 20 years, there will be no life on Earth. Without the idea of now building a new breed of humans. This entire issue is kind of a cold open and slow burn as you try to figure out like the birth of these new humans, how this works in this new future society. So a lot of this issue is just the science and how to like survive in this upcoming apocalyptic world. Really cool. Like I said, but that's the crux of the story. So if you're looking for a lot of takeaway, it's a 4-issue miniseries. It feels like a movie. This feels like an opening act of a movie. So going forward, it's going to be like this, and then like Act 2, Act 3, big climax, Act 4 closer. That's what this feels like. It's really cool if you like sci-fi thrillers, which this is, and really cool survivalist horror stuff, which just all fits in. But like I said, it's 4-issue miniseries, so you should definitely grab this book. It's fantastic. Next up is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Annual. This is the last issue before the start with Lian Yu and I want to say Ed McGuinness, but it's not McGuinness who's doing the art. Oh, Freddie Williams is doing the art for the next run. This follows issue 12, so if you have Turtles in your pro list, it's in there for you. If you want to jump on Turtles for the first time, this is great because it actually tells you kind of everything that's happened to all the Turtles before, after Armageddon game, and to this point. So if you're looking to catch up on Turtles real quick, grab this issue. It gives you a crash course of what happened to the Turtles, some of the storylines that they set up, some of the new stuff coming up. It's a great story. But it's a great continuation of what happened in issue 12. If you're a Turtles fan, definitely a must read. Because I can't really spoil it. It's an annual. You should get it. It's a cool Turtles book. Before the new line starts, it's a great jumping on point. If you're like, oh hey, I don't know, I haven't read Turtles in a while, this is a great jumping on point. So, next up we have Undeadpool from Marvel Comics, part of the AOR series of X-Men Marvel books. This is about Deadpool as he is a zombified kind of mercenary that works for Revelation as he hunts down 4 new freedom fighters. these 4 freedom fighters have combined powers of former other Marvel heroes. Really cool. Like, there's a lot of like nods at Deadpool. Deadpool's still Deadpool, even though he's like kind of like mumbly and like a zombie-ish thing, which he was given to by Revelation. Because Revelation couldn't scramble his brains anymore. Really cool story. Deadpool at its best, also being a zombie horror book. Really weird combination of stuff as like you see these kids try to survive while Deadpool hunts them down. Really cool survivalist horror story, top to bottom. Great art that fits it. Great storytelling. It's Deadpool at its finest, but also weird nonsense and a really cool twist at who's appearing at the end. Love it. Definitely got this book. And finally, for our books, our singles, we have X Avengers, part of the AOR from Marvel. Again, this is a spin out. If you have Deadpool in your pull list, it is in your folder. And this is spin out of the Magic book. Out of all the books, this is the Magic book. Danny is the leader of the Avengers as she has gathered the surviving heroes as they are the now Avengers of the AOR universe. Danny has to struggle a lot, which is really cool to see when she's like now thrust in a leadership position that she's never had before. She's done the New Mutants thing. Now she's leading the Avengers, and how the Avengers kind of operate in a world run by mutants. That, again, they're not mutants. They got turned into mutants because of the X virus. Also, really cool takes about some of the characters like Water Widow and Shang-Chi and the Everything Man. Really cool. Really great story. Really one of the cooler alternate takes because they are 10 years in the future. A lot of stuff has happened. Great story. If you were reading Magic, this is in your folder for you. But yeah, fantastic story. You should definitely grab this if you want more of outside of mutants, what is happening to the other parts of the Marvel Universe stuff. For our trades, we have Paper Girls Volume 1, condensed version. These are cool little condensed versions of Paper Girls. Paper Girls was the Stranger Things before Stranger Things was Stranger Things. About a group of girls in the 80s that are Paper Girls that run into a future version of one of themselves through time travel, and weird shenanigans happens. It's Stranger Things before Stranger Things. Really great book, written by Brian K. Vaughan. Fantastic. You should really, really read this book. Don't watch the show. The show is terrible. Book, fantastic. Cool condensed version. These minis are great if you are trying to travel. If you don't have a lot of space, these are great grabs. Next up is Marvel Tales by J. Krasinski and Marvel Comics. These are the series of one-shots of Marvel character versus Marvel character, or Marvel character and Marvel character team-up books that J. Krasinski was writing for Marvel over the summer. Really cool. They're great. Various weird team-ups. If you just want to read just cool out-of-canon nonsense, great book to pick up. Next up is Astrobots Volume 1. This collects a miniseries of Astrobots. This is from Massive Publishing. The reason why it looks like, oh, hey, it looks kind of familiar. Astrobots was written by one of the Transformers writers. So he took it and made it more humanistic by giving them a different, like, they don't transform. They have, like, a more humanistic body. They're trying to survive in their, like, new world that they built for themselves after a war has taken place. It's like Disavowed from Massive, which is like, hey, I was a G.I. Joe writer, and this is a story I couldn't tell when I was writing G.I. Joe. I was a Transformers writer, and this is a story I couldn't tell when I was writing Transformers. Really great if you're a Transformers fan and you want, like, oh, hey, I like what Image is doing. I want something else also. This is a great book to pick up if you're a fan of Transformers. Next up is Frankenstien Alive Alive from IDW, part of their IDW Dark line. This is a sequel to the original Mary Shelley's Frankenstein novel as the Promethean, because that's his actual real name, or Adam, which is his actual real name. It's not Frankenstein's monster, because Frankenstein is not his name. Frankenstein's not his name. That's the name of the doctor. It's my weird nerd thing I have to tell people every episode. What's really cool about this is that they get to continue as a sequel. So if you read the book, really cool. If you kind of know the movies, you kind of know the mythos, really great. But yeah, this is a great kind of horror read for spooky season. Also, what's really cool is because it's all new content. They get to spin the story how they want, just like they did in the Frankenstein Image book. Same thing with here. It's a cool Frankenstein tale. And finally, for our trades, we have Batgirl. This is the first 6 issues of the new Batgirl Dawn of DC book, as Cassie's got a spotlight. I love it. She's back to like old school, like 1990s, like Chuck Dixon writing, like Batgirl, where she's like mute assassin. But she's not mute in this one. Really cool story. It's a really cool, like, great mother-daughter story as she struggles with trying to bond with Lady Shiva, why she tries, I don't get it, and finding out a bunch of cool secrets along the way. Great if you're reading all the Batman books, and like I'm currently rereading a bunch of the Justice League Superman books for Throne of DC, and all the Batman runs for Throne of DC and Wonder Woman. This is the best DC's been in the last like 10 plus years. So these mini series that become like ongoing, there's a reason why that's happening, because these books are great and you need to support them. So you can start here and then go into Batgirl going on forward. I love this book a lot. Cassie, if you guys don't know, is before the retcon, she was an adopted daughter of Bruce Wayne. She was an assassin that was raised by Lady Shiva. She was raised by David Kane, who made her mute, and she's the daughter of Lady Shiva, the greatest martial artist in the DC universe. And she was the Damien before Damien was Damien thing. Really great book. You should definitely pick it up. I love it. You should guys grab this. And for our merch, we have the Massiverse Fighting Card Game. This contains 2 starter decks, one for you and one for a friend to play this game. We only have 1 available, so you have to go to our website and order it, or you can buy it in store. These are going fast. These are fantastic. I actually I got an early copy of the game. The game's great. It's actually really easy to use, especially for me. I like it because I'm a fan of the Massiverse. We should really grab this if you want. Like, if you are reading the Massiverse and you're a fan of card games, and you're like, I want more of this. I can share with a friend. This is a cool way to share with a friend without having them go buy a comic book. And then maybe they might go buy a comic book. So, yeah. Guys, that's it. You can check us out on our website, androidscomics.com, where Ant's putting up a bunch of cool stuff at all times. Check us out on Facebook at Androids Amazing Comics. On Instagram at Androids_Comics. Androids Comics. On X at Androids_Comics. And on YouTube at Androids Amazing Comics, where I will be posting episodes all the time, every week, once a week. Unless I'm not here. Because no one else will do it but me.
Nope.
And yeah, I take you guys back here Tuesday around the same time. See you then. Bye.